participants and delegates. In this session of the webinar, we'll be covering the RealCube SaaS platform. We'll be talking about the challenges being faced by the real estate industry right now. We'll be talking about the trends that are surfacing to address these challenges. And we'll also be doing a demo of the RealCube platform so that you can get a contextual insight into how we've built a platform to address these challenges with a smooth automated solution that has a lot of features that can provide a deep insight into your business. To start with, I will introduce the team in today's webinar. I am the head of marketing and consulting at Excelogic. I also work very closely with our business development and our development teams to build integrated solutions for various different marketing verticals, as well as other business domains to help clients in terms of automating their business processes, in terms of getting efficiency, and also in terms of bringing in a digital perspective to how their businesses are run. We also have Jenny Yaromenak today, who's a product specialist. Jenny comes in with a lot of extensive experience in terms of building products, working with development teams, understanding client requirements, and translating it into an end product that is of use to everybody who's worked on it or everybody who will use it. Along with Jenny, we also have Subodh Subramanya, who's our business analyst. Subodh has a deep domain understanding, especially of the real estate industry. He comes on board with a lot of technical as well as business insights about processes, about pain points that customers face, and about solutions that can be used to address these pain points as well. In today's webinar, we'll be starting with an introduction to the integrated community management platform. What is the need for these platforms? Why have they come up? What is the trend indicating in terms of where they're headed? And what kind of business issues and challenges within the community management vertical is being faced by clients, and how solutions are coming to actually address these issues, and what kind of benefits are they bringing to clients as well. That will be followed by a simple demo of the system, where we will be giving you a peek into how the system and the platform works in a real-world setting with a certain process flows related to certain personas. And we'll also give you a sneak peek into additional features as well, if time permits it. Finally, we'll end with a Q&A session, where you'll have a chance to ask questions to our team of experts and clarify other issues as well. I would now like to call upon Jenny to start with an introduction into the community management platform and the challenges that are being faced by it. Jenny, please, if you'll take the floor now.
Thank you, Prithvi, and a warm welcome to everyone joining us today on the World Creativity and Innovation Day, when we emphasize the importance of problem solving and innovation. Nowadays, a large part of the focus falls on Gen Z and millennials. As digital natives, they have a very different relationship with technology than previous generations. For them, technology is not just a tool to be used when needed, but an integral part of their lives. As a result, any industry that wants to stay relevant needs to embrace Industry 4 and the digital transformation. This is especially true for property management, where the way we communicate and present information can make or break our relationship with residents. By understanding the culture of omnipresence that dominates Gen Z and millennial life, we can adapt our property management strategies to better serve this important demographic. Industry 4 and digital transformation are not just buzzwords. They're essential tools for any property manager who wants to stay ahead of the curve. As we move into Industry 4, it's crucial that companies across all industries start to digitize their processes in order to stay competitive. For property management businesses, this means moving away from paper-based systems and manual processes and towards digital transformation that will enable them to be more efficient and responsive to the needs of their tenants. Digital platforms, paperless contracts and invoicing, and real-time business analytics are all becoming more important as businesses seek to streamline their operations. This shift is benefiting both property managers and their clients as it enables a more efficient and effective working relationship. property managers are able to spend less time on administrative tasks and instead focus on providing a higher level of service to their clients. New smart home technologies are making it possible for property management companies to connect with their facilities in a whole new way. By installing sensors and connecting to the Internet of Things, managers can monitor their properties remotely and even predict future maintenance needs. Now, this increased level of visibility and control is essential for keeping up with the ever-changing demands of the modern property management. Within the industry, there is also a notable focus on process automation. This involves the use of technology to improve all aspects of property management, from community management and maintenance to energy efficiency and even security. Automating processes and improving communications and collaboration can help property managers to meet the challenges of the modern world. This automation is achieved through property management software. In today's digital world, many property management departments are using multiple platforms to manage their properties. While this may seem like a good idea at first, it can actually lead to inefficient processes and siloed information. Having disparate systems for finance, maintenance, and administration inherently leads to duplicative data entry and increases the chances for human error. Furthermore, it's also difficult to get a holistic view of what's happening across all properties when different departments are using different platforms. This lack of visibility can make it challenging to identify and address any issues in a more timely manner. Despite the widespread use of community management software, property managers are still increasingly concerned about growth, efficiency, and profitability, with 48% stating they consider growth to be their top priority. 45% express a desire to improve efficiency, and 31% of property managers cite profitability as their top concern. An integrated platform can provide a single source of truth and one workspace for everyone. This can solve a problem of siloed information and make the process more efficient. It can also save time and money by eliminating the need for multiple platforms. A single platform makes it easier to share information between departments and make sure everyone is on the same page. When everyone is using the same platform, it becomes much easier to track progress and communicate any changes. This can lead to a more efficient and effective property management process. Property managers are always looking for ways to attract and maintain quality tenants. However, this can be a challenge because there are many factors that go into making a community attractive to tenants. These include the condition of the property, the amenities offered, the location, the price. What an integrated community management software can do is address this challenge by providing a platform that helps property managers track the progress of their properties and identify any areas that need improvement. It also simplifies the management of tenant complaints because it provides a reliable system for collection, tracking, and management of feedback. This increases the resident satisfaction levels, which also contributes to tenant retention rates and stimulates referrals. We all know that property damage and unexpected maintenance issues can be a real challenge for community management. Apart from serving as a centralized place for tracking and managing maintenance issues, the platform can help connect residents and property management staff and create a more cohesive and communicative community. Connecting smart systems for equipment monitoring through Internet of Things, digital twin, and even comprehensive maintenance schedules, property damage and unexpected maintenance issues can be minimized, making life easier for everyone involved. Community management. It's all about maximizing the potential of a community and its members. However, one of the key challenges in community management is increasing the revenue. Without it, the property management company will not be able to continue its operations, let alone grow and improve. An integrated community management platform can help increase revenue by providing a centralized location for all the tools and data that are needed to make smart decisions about the community. What this does is it allows property management companies to focus on their core business and leave the community management to the experts. With an integrated community management platform, property management companies can increase revenue and continue to grow and improve their communities. In addition to this, some software solutions also have marketplace and e-store functionalities that are embedded into the software, which further helps increase revenue. We can all agree that when it comes to community management, one of the biggest challenges faced by property management companies is the lack of processes and systems. This can lead to a number of problems, such as inefficiencies in coordination between different departments, difficulty in tracking progress on tasks, even also low morale among residents due to the lack of clarity in communication. An integrated community management platform can help address these challenges by providing a centralized system for managing all aspects of the community. This includes everything from communication and coordination to event management and resident satisfaction. By having a clear and organized system in place, property management companies can improve their efficiency and effectiveness while also providing a better experience for residents. Now, we discussed some of the shortcomings of some property management software, but the good news is that there is a better way, and that is integrated community management platforms. What they do is they offer a comprehensive solution for all aspects of community management. By consolidating data into a single platform, team members can easily share information and collaborate to improve the results. These platforms provide a detailed reporting on team performance, making it easy to identify areas of improvement. Property and community managers who use an integrated platform can enjoy improved communication and collaboration, thus leading to better overall results. As one of the leading community management platforms, RealCube offers all these benefits in a fully customizable platform, which my colleague Subodh would be able to tell you more about later on. Now, Prithvi, over to you.
Thanks, Jenny. I think that was a very insightful journey that you've taken us on. As Jenny has already talked about, the challenges and the issues that are being faced by the industry. Now, my question to you is, how have you been able to handle these issues? How have you been able to handle expectations from your end customers, for example, when they're asking you for an application-based way for them to interact with you? How have you been able to track costs? How have you been able to control processes and bring in more efficiency? Now, the answer to all these questions is a system that will provide you digitalization, it will provide you automation, it will also provide you efficiency at a lower cost. And to now introduce you to this kind of a system, which is RealCube, we'll have Subodh, who's going to be taking you through the actual live demo of the RealCube platform, along with instances that are commonly occurring within the platform in terms of interactions. And he'll also be showcasing the capability of the system to you during the demo as well. Subodh, you can take the floor over now.
Thank you, Prithvi. Good day, everyone. Before we switch directly to the system and take a look at how RealCube works, I would like to give you a brief about RealCube. What exactly is RealCube, or who is RealCube? It's one of the most powerful property management solution that we have developed, and it combines industry-leading cloud-based web applications for a wide variety of users, such as owners, residents, board members, or any other user that comes within the property management bubble to manage their day-to-day interactions and anything related to their community. What is RealCube's value proposition? Mainly with RealCube, we address the inefficiencies and the challenges that are faced in the property management industry. Now, over the last couple of minutes, we have explored what are all those challenges that we mostly face. And with RealCube, we give the opportunity to control costs, to minimize risks, to optimize collections, and introduce a very robust analytics engine which gives real-time reports to all kinds of users, especially for community managers, so that they can keep track of everything that's going on within their community. Of course, with RealCube, we have seen and we also hope to achieve improved customer satisfaction. Now, as you will see through the demo, we have dashboards that are built for different kinds of users. So given that we have a dedicated platform for residents as well as residents who are owners as well as tenants, we have seen that it definitely improves customer satisfaction. And of course, the ability of RealCube to seamlessly integrate with third-party applications. Now, how does RealCube do it? We will be showing you that through the demo, but just to give you an idea, RealCube basically brings the wide variety of users that we see in property management, whether it is an owner, a tenant, a community manager, a board member who is part of the community, or even vendors, facility managers, and technicians who come in to check on the facilities that are available in the community. It brings all of these users under one single platform. And throughout the platform, it is easy to communicate with each kind of user, and which is what we will be seeing through the demo. Again, to give you a little more idea about RealCube, it basically is a suite of products. So we have multiple modules which address a specific challenge or a specific part of the property management industry. Just to give you a brief, the different kinds of products that we have are a separate dedicated module for sales and leasing, property management, a CRM module, community management, finance operations, RealCube Connect, which basically connects all the community management team along with the facilities management team, procurement management, e-store and merchant onboarding, broker management, integration adapters, and of course, the robust analytics and reporting tool that we have. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the different personas that we will be using to take you through the demo today. So we will essentially be going through two of the personas in complete detail, where we will log in as that particular user, and I will be able to take you through the different features that are available as part of that user. So the two of the users that we will be focusing on is an owner or a tenant, and of course the community manager who will be in touch with these residents. Now, we would also like to give you a sneak peek of our app, which is used by the facilities management team, and how we have dedicated customized dashboards for FM operations manager as well as an FM inspector. So let us quickly switch over to the system and see what exactly RealCube is. So we have a common landing page that everyone lands up, where each one, depending on they are, have an that particular user. So let me quickly log in as an owner. second while one of the advantages that we have with RealCube is that as an owner, if I have multiple units that are that I own and I would like to monitor all the details related to that unit, as an owner, I can have all those units mapped under a single user. So I have logged in as an owner. Let us consider in this example that I am the owner of a bunch of units. So all I have to do is select the community in which my unit is located and select the unit of which I need the information. For the demo purpose, we're going to keep all the units active here so that we'll be able to see the information in a concise way for all the units that I own. So once I select the units that I own, I will be greeted with a dashboard. See if there are any events scheduled in the calendar. And I also have a quick view of different documents that have been uploaded by the community management team. One of the main features that we have for the user are available across RealCube. So we can directly click on the quick links here and go to that particular page, or we can use the sidebar menu to navigate to that page as well. Now these quick links are editable, so the user can choose to have what quick links they would like to have immediately accessible as soon as they log in. Now below that, we have a widget which shows them a brief about the upcoming payments or the pending payments that they have against their particular account, available within the widget, where the user can just click on Express Pay. They can see what the entire thing. They just click on Proceed to Pay and get redirected to a payment gateway. Or I also have an option to customize this or edit this particular figure and choose to pay only part of the amount that I want to pay as well. Now this comes in very handy when I am clearing payments unit by unit. Now this is a combination of all 4 units together. But if I want to pay the bills of only one particular unit, then I will be able to edit this particular field and proceed to pay the processing fees of that particular unit only. Going ahead, we have 2 more widgets below that, which gives an overview of different services that I have requested as an owner. How many of my requests are new requests, how many of them are in progress, and how many of them have been closed as well. Now, right from the widget, we also have a shortcut where I can choose to add a new request for a new service. Similarly, we have another graphical representation of the different issues that I have reported as a user. Next to that, we have a maintenance package widget. We have different examples where residents are already subscribed to a maintenance package or it is provided separately. So in either case, as a user, I will be able to go view the packages and subscribe to a particular package. Or if I've already subscribed to a home maintenance package, then I'll be able to view the different services that I can request as part of that package. A little below that, we have a photo gallery that includes all the pictures of the particular community that I'm living in. And then we have the lifestyle offerings, which basically gives us a quick idea of the different amenities that are available in the community. By just clicking on the link over here. So once I click on the link, let's say I would like to book the tennis court, then all I have to do is enter my details, which unit I live in, what is my name, what is the event name if there is anything, how many people will be attending this particular event along with me, and which date I want to book this particular amenity in, and also the time slot that I want to do the booking. Now, if I have any additional queries or any additional requirements, I can include them in the description box over here. And once I agree with the terms and conditions, I will be able to go ahead and book a particular amenity and so that can be done directly from the dashboard. It can be done through the sidebar menu as well, which I will be getting into detail. Going ahead, one of the other features that we would like to highlight with respect to Real. Community-related features are categorized into my community, and depending on the community that I've chosen, I will be able to access are available throughout RealCube. Now, under community, we first have the overview page, which basically gives the user an overview of the community, a more detailed overview than what we saw on the dashboard.
Sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is breaking up a bit. Maybe you can check your connection and see if that's a problem. Otherwise, it's going really well. It's just that your voice is breaking up a bit.
Is this better? Are you able to hear me clearly now?
Yeah, much better now. I hope this, yeah, I think this should do. Please go on.
All right. Feedback. Right. So we are in the community overview page, and the user, as a user, I have an option to navigate through different menu options from the overview page itself, or again, I can navigate through the sidebar menu. Now, some of the features that we have is once they see the overview, we'll be able to see a calendar view of different events that are happening within the community. We can also directly go and see the events that have been scheduled and give our RSVP to that. We also have this section that we would like to highlight, which is classes and offering. So if there are any classes that are being offered within the community, that can be set up and uploaded by the community manager, which I will also be showing when I log in. But any classes that are being offered within the community will be available for booking for any kind of user, whether it's an owner or a tenant. Now, for example, if I am interested in a particular class, then all I have to do is click on book now. And like we saw earlier, enter my details, and I will be able to pay and book a slot in this particular class. The RealCube platform allows a whole range of correcting, and we also have ballet sessions, we have some yoga sessions. Apart from this, this is completely customizable by the community manager, and they can put up any kind of class listing in this section. We briefly saw from the dashboard, but we also have the option to come into the amenity booking, and below each amenity you will be able to see that whether this particular amenity is a free amenity or it is something that I will have to pay for while I am booking. So for example, if it's a free amenity, all I have to do is enter my details and given the time slot in which I would like to book this particular amenity. If it is a paid one, then I will have to do the payment while I'm doing the booking to complete the booking. Some of the other features that we would like to highlight is also storage booking, where if the community storage space for their residents, then those listings can be put up in RealCube as well. Similarly, we have parking booking, where of course with each unit the users would have gotten their parking slot, but if they're looking for something extra and they would like to book another parking slot, then they can go into the parking booking within my community and choose to book a parking slot as well. And then we have the documents section where the user can go in and see the different documents that they have uploaded, as well as the documents that have been uploaded by the community manager for their reference. Another feature I would like to highlight here is the community chat, built to foster interaction between users within the community so that they can get to know each other and see what other things they can be part of, and also collaborate with each other for different events as well. Now, one of the features that is highlighted for this particular user is that if any of the residents are also part of the board of the community, or if they are a board member, then we have this feature called board member chat, where they can initiate a conversation with any other board member who's also registered. Going ahead, I would like to highlight the finances section. So under my finances, we have three options, which is account summary, payment history, and generating statements. So going into account summary, as an owner, I will be able to see a consolidated account summary across all my units. I can also select only one particular unit or select only 2 units from which I need the data. Just enter that and I will be able to see the different payments that I need to do with respect to that particular unit. So I select the particular unit, then I will be able to view the breakdown or go ahead and straight away do the payment. Now I'm just going to quickly select all units again. Once I do that, the page is updated and I'll be able to see the consolidated figure as well. Now, as we saw the Express Pay option in the dashboard, we similarly have a Pay Now option within the account summary page, where we can directly click on Pay Now, be redirected to a payment gateway, and complete the consolidated payment altogether. The second thing that we have under My Finances is Payment History, where the user can go and see a payment history that they have made across a custom date range. So as we land on the page, it will show all the details related to the payments. But if we would like to search by a specific transaction number or a specific unit one number or in a custom date range, then that flexibility is also given by RealCube to the user. Also, we have a list of payments that have been made across time, and the user can click on the receipt link over here to download a copy of the receipt if they require it. Finally, under My Finances, we have statements, where we will be able to, as a user, I will be able to select the community and the unit for which I would like to generate a statement. I can give in a date range for which I would like to generate a statement. Once the statement has been generated, I just quickly click on Download Statement to download a PDF copy of it. Moving on, we have a section called My Requests, which we would also like to highlight, which is a robust feature that is part of RealCube, which allows users to keep track or raise different kinds of requests, whether they are service requests, maintenance requests, and also keep a track of different bookings that they have made. Starting with My Services, service requests are the requests that are categorized into different options. So all I have to do as a user is click on the drop-down menu, choose the kind of service that I would like to request for. Some of the examples being access pass request. This is in case I would like to request for an additional access pass, or I have lost my current access pass and I would like to request for a replacement. Then we have email or mobile number update. Now, if I would like to update any of my contact details that are linked to my RealCube account, then I will have to raise a service request regarding that. Now, as an owner, I have an option to do alterations to my units. So if I would like to do any kind of fit out alteration, then I would like to, then I will have to submit submit a request for an NOC, and once that has been approved, I will be able to do the alterations. Similarly, we have other requests such as guest registration, move-in requests, move-out requests, as well as pest and domestic health registration as well. Now, these services are also customizable depending on the requirement of the community. We can make services active or inactive as a community manager as well, which we will be looking at a little later in the demo. Now, going ahead, I will also be able to see a list of services that I've already requested, what is the status of this particular request, and what is the action that I can take next. So this is an open request, and in case I haven't gotten a response and it's been a while since I've raised this request, then I can add a comment as a user, and if there are any attachments that I would like to send along with this particular request, I can do that as well, and click on submit so that it goes to the community manager. Moving ahead, we have the home maintenance packages. Like I mentioned earlier, there are two scenarios where, as part of the contract, there is a maintenance package that is already given to the resident, or they would have already subscribed to a maintenance package as soon as they've logged in. So as this user has already subscribed for a maintenance package, what we see under available services is what is available to me as part of the package that I've subscribed for. For example, I have plumbing services, I have electrical services, I have alteration services, as well as sanitization services, part of my package. Now, in case I would like to request for some other kind of maintenance, which is not part of my listed below, where we mentioned that these are additional services which are chargeable upon request. These can be completely customized as well. So other requests that I can make in terms of maintenance are, in case I have a pool, then I can request for a pool maintenance, landscaping and design, water tank cleaning, civil works, and carpentry are some of the examples. Of course, these options are completely customizable and can be changed according to the requirement of the community. Finally, under my requests, we have a section called My Bookings. So whatever amenities or classes that I have requested for or I have made bookings against will be listed in this particular page. I can categorize my results by giving in custom values and searching for them, or I will have a complete overview of the different requests that I have posted and what is the status of this particular. Now, as we saw in the dashboard, we have a shortcut to raise a request immediately over there or book an amenity immediately from the dashboard. Similarly, from the My Bookings page, we can go into the classes booking or the amenity booking page and complete a booking from this particular page as well. These are some of the features that are available for an owner as part of RealCube. We also have a lot of features which we would have loved to cover during the demo, but I will be moving on to the next user right now, which is a tenant. One of the features that we would like to highlight for a tenant, although the UI, the user interface and the experience is very similar to what we saw in the owner, a tenant also has the ability to negotiate with an owner as well. So let me quickly log in as a tenant. So let's say I am a tenant whose rental contract is approaching expiry. Then as soon as I log in, I will be greeted by a message from RealCube asking me to complete my renewal request before I will be able to access any of the other features of RealCube. Now, the first thing I will have to do is click on and choose whether I would like to renew. So once I click on continue, RealCube redirects me to a page where I will get details about my rent renewal. And I have, as a tenant, I will have three options, which is I will renew, which basically sends a request to the community manager saying that this tenant is okay with the terms and we can create a new contract. Or if as a tenant I would like to negotiate my terms, then I can click on I would like to renew on different terms, and I will be able to enter the different terms and conditions that I'd like to change in my contract. Or in case I am not interested in continuing in this particular unit anymore, I just choose I will not renew. I will have to give a reason on why I would not like to renew my contract, and once I submit, then the same is sent to the community manager. Once that is done, I will be able to access the dashboard. Now, in case this is a tenant who has newly come into this particular community, then they will not be getting that pop-up. They will be directly landing up in this particular dashboard. Now, the dashboard is very similar to what we saw with the owner, where we have a calendar view, the community documents, and the quick links that are available to them, and the similar widgets, which gives them an overview of the bills that they need to pay or any upcoming payments that are coming in, and the similar widgets regarding their services, the issues that they've reported, and the maintenance packages, and of course the same layout with the photo gallery and the lifestyle offering. Now, for a tenant also, depending on the community that they are living in, we also have these other features that are available to them. As a tenant, I will also be able to go and book classes or different offerings as part of the community. I will be able to book amenities that are also part of the community. And of course, the storage, parking, bookings, and I will be able to access the different documents that I have uploaded as a tenant, and also documents that have been uploaded for my reference by the community manager. And of course, the tenants have the option to be part of the community chat as well, where they can network with different users living across the community and start interactions with anyone they would wish to start interactions with. Similarly, like we saw for the owner, we have my finances sections where they will be able to see an account summary. One of the things that we would like to highlight for a tenant is that the tenant can keep track of different, in case they are making their payments in post-dated checks and they have submitted checks, then they can keep track of their checks from RealCube itself. Now, RealCube also offers them an option to either replace or postpone their checks in a very simple manner. All we have to do is select the check that we would like to replace and just click on replace. So we get a pop-up where we enter the details of the new check and upload a copy of the new check that we would like to replace the existing check with. Now, RealCube also gives this option whether this particular thing needs shipping or if check needs to be picked up. And once all the costs have been calculated, I just submit and complete the payment and my check can be replaced. In a similar way, I can also decide to postpone the payment of a particular check by clicking on the postpone, and I will get a similar pop-up where I will just have to enter the date where I would like to request them to post that check on that particular date. Now, of course, these processes have their own pricing, and that payment needs to be completed by the user before they can move forward and submit that particular request. Now, as part of the demo, the final user, this was a sneak peek into the tenant, and of course, we have a lot of features again for the tenant, which is available as part of the RealCube suite. Now, moving on with the demo, we would like to come to the third persona that we will be looking at, which is a community manager. Let me quickly log in as a community manager. The dashboard for the community manager is slightly different from the ones that we saw for the owner or tenant, given that the community manager usually handles a lot more tasks. And of course, they are a backend user as well. So once we log in, we land up on a very informative dashboard from RealCube, where the community manager can get a complete overview of the different service requests that they have gotten. They can get an occupancy report across different widgets where they'll be able to categorize how many of them are tenants or residents and how many of them owners that they have self-occupied at their units. And of course, a consolidated consolidated occupancy report where they'll be able to see the total units that are there as part of that community and how many of them are occupied and how many of them are there. There is also a widget which gives an overview of the different inspections that have been scheduled across the community. Now, these may be move-in or move-out inspections, and the community manager can keep track of this and also get in touch with the facilities team so that these inspections are done on time. The next widget that we have for the community manager is related to the rent renewal. Now, if the community manager is someone who also manages the renewal process, then they get an overview of what all contracts are approaching expiry, how many of them are approaching terminations, and if there are any new offers that have been made to the tenants, then those will be highlighted in this particular widget as well. Now, then we have another widget which shows them the statistics related to the make-ready process. This is when a particular tenant has moved out and that unit needs to be made ready for other users to come in and view it, or a new contract to be generated and a new user to move in. Below that, we have a widget which gives them an overview of different kinds of things across the community, such as any units where the tenant has moved out or and they have not submitted their key yet, the vacant units available in that particular community, how many move-in inspections have been completed, how many units are under termination, and a lot of other reports as well. Moving below, we have other widgets which are available in the dashboard for the community manager, where they'll be able to see the status of different units, which is a slightly expanded view of the occupancy report we saw on top, and leasing graphical representation of the leasing details on how many of them are new leases, how many terminations are approaching, and how many renewals are approaching, as well as they will be able to monitor critical tasks that have been assigned to them and get an activity report of what has been happening over the past couple of days. Some of the features that we would like to highlight as part of a community manager is responding to requests. Now, as part of a resident or owner, we saw how we can raise maintenance requests or service requests. As part of a community manager, we will be able to see how these requests are categorized and how they can respond to any of them. So for a community manager, we have an option called service requests, and under which we have different things categorized, such as action requests, other requests, renewals, and of course, anything related to contract. Now, under action requests, all the maintenance requests that are raised by either an owner or a tenant will be categorized under action requests. So the community manager can come in, log into RealCube, and they will be able to see the different requests that have been raised, and they will be able to respond to them very quickly and very easily. For example, let us take up this maintenance request, which is currently open. So once I click on view as a community manager, I'll be able to see the details of this particular request. And if this is something that I am not managing and I have to forward this service request to another team who will be handling this, then it is very easy for me as a user. All I have to do is just click on this button, select the team that I want to send this particular request to or forward this particular request to, and assign it to that particular team. Or if this is something that I as a community manager need to respond to, I can assign it to myself and also update the status of this particular request. So let's say I will be working on this particular request. So I'm going to change the status to in progress. And if there is any communication that needs to be made to the tenant or the owner at this point, then I can include that in the comments. And any attachments that I need to add can be attached over here. And once I click on submit, then the status changes and the task is in progress. So all maintenance requests or some of the service requests such as move-in requests will be categorized as action requests. And we also have other requests which includes in-unit maintenances, move-out requests, new user registrations, access card requests, as well as registering domestic help is some of the examples that we have. Similarly, like we saw earlier, the community manager has an action button where they can go in, view the details of this particular request and respond to it and update the status of that particular request as well. Moving on, one of the other things that I would like to highlight as a community manager is the communication. Now, one of the challenges that we face in the property industry is to communicate to all the users in one particular format. And given a community, we also know that there is a wide range of users. There's a whole lot of users. How do we send one particular broadcast to everyone together? Now, RealCube makes that very easy for a community manager, where they can create templates of their own by using our template builder, which is part of RealCube as well. Once the template has been built, all they have to do is go into the communication bar, choose to create a new email, and the whole thing is broken into 4 simple steps where the user can choose whether they want to send only an email, SMS, or they would also like to post this on the community wall within RealCube as well. Specify the title that they would like to give to that particular announcement. Select the type of form and subject that goes with that particular broadcast message. Select the users for which I would like to broadcast this message, whether I would, as a community manager, I would like to send this announcement only to the owners, or I would like to send this broadcast message only to the tenants, or I would like to send it to a combination of owners and tenants. And I also have to have an option as a community manager to send broadcast messages to internal teams as well, which is a main feature that we have as part of RealCube. And as a community manager, I have an option to send this broadcast message immediately or schedule this to go out at a particular time. Moving on, we saw the documents section as part of a tenant or an owner. Now the community manager also has a documents menu where they can go and they can upload different documents related to that particular community. Now, these documents can be FAQs or a community handbook that needs to be uploaded that can be accessed by all users, or any other kind of document that is required. And RealCube makes it really easy for the community manager. All they have to do is go into the document section, click on upload documents, and select the document, fill in the details about that particular document, attach it, and once that is done, it is uploaded and it will be available to all users across RealCube. One last feature that I would like to highlight as part of the community manager is part of the community management. We saw what are all the amenities and classes that are available for users in RealCube. Now, as a community manager, I will be able to set all of that data up. So as I can come in and I can schedule meetings. I can also add new classes. So as a community manager, I'll be able to see what are all the classes that are currently running. I can click on add class and go ahead and fill in the details for the new class, whether this is a paid class or a free class, update details about this, and post this listing on RealCube as well. Similarly, I can also go into the amenities list and see the different kinds of amenities that are available in this community. If there is a new amenity that we have added, then as a community manager, it is very easy for me to go in and add a new amenity so that it is available for the users for booking. Another thing that we have under community management is managing events. As an administrator, I can go into the calendar, I can view the different events that are already scheduled, or I can schedule a new event as well. Finally, we have community chat management. This is an option that we give for the community managers in case they would like to monitor the kind of conversations that is happening over the community chat across RealCube. Now, this was a sneak peek into some of the users that we have as part of RealCube and what each of these users is capable of and some of the features that are available to these particular users. Now, before I close the demo, I would also like to give a sneak peek into another application that we have, which is also part of the RealCube suite, which is our mobile application for facility manager. Switching back to what we were looking at, I would like to take you through a quick preview of the screenshots that we have of the mobile application that we use. So this is an application that has been specifically made for community managers or community technicians who do the inspections in communities. So the screens that you're looking at right now is for a community manager. We have a mobile app where they have their own logins. Once they enter their credentials, and they will be able to log in, and they will be greeted by a dashboard where they'll be able to see all the tasks that are assigned to them, that are assigned under them. These tasks are again categorized as planned preventive maintenance tasks, reactive tasks, as well as corrective tasks. So the the facilities manager has the option to filter through different types of tasks that have come in. Once they choose a particular type of task, they will be able to see the team members that are under them. They'll be able to see what are all the tasks that have already been assigned to their team members, and they will also be able to assign these new tasks to a particular team member as well. One of the other features that we would like to highlight in this mobile app is that there is a calendar view in which the community manager can see in a calendar view what are the tasks that are scheduled for them on that particular day, and also the tasks that have been scheduled to the technicians as well. Now, moving on, for the technician, we also have the app where they have their own logins as a technician. They will be able to use their credentials, log in. They will be greeted by a similar dashboard where all the tasks that are assigned to them will be listed. Once they choose a particular task, they will get a detailed page which gives them an overview of what exactly the request is about and what kind of inspection they need to carry out in that particular unit. And once they have gone through all those details and they start their inspection, we first have a screen which is very important, which also is something as a good practice that we follow, is that the technician will have to fill in a checklist of the safety precautions that they're taking while doing this particular inspection. This is whether they are wearing safety gloves, whether they have a helmet if it's, or if they're wearing safety glasses if they're doing any kind of physical work. Once they finish the checklist, safety checklist, they get the checklist to do the inspection. So they have three options in this checklist, which is whether the particular issue is for the issue to be resolved, whether that particular facility is working. If it is, then they just click on yes. If not, then they click on no. And if it's not applicable, they have that as well. Now, finally, once the inspection is done, they can take an on-site immediate signature of the owner or the tenant, whoever is there in the unit at that moment, to give feedback of the inspection that has been made. They will also be able to update the feedback real time, which goes to the team manager as well. So this was a sneak peek into what RealCube is capable of. Of course, it is capable of a lot of other things. And if you are requested, you can definitely get in touch with us and we'll be able to take you through a more detailed demo depending on your requirement as well. This brings us to the end of the product demo. I'm handing it over back to you, Prithvi, for the Q&A session.
Thank you, Subodh. That was a wonderful demo. But just to reiterate, the RealCube platform has an extensive number of different modules. We have a CRM module, we have a community management module, we have property management. In fact, I'm running out of time in terms of the number of modules that we have. And under each of the modules, we have feature-rich functionalities that have been designed keeping all the business requirements of our clients in mind. We've actually had time to work with our clients in a real-world situation. We have had time to understand their needs, and we have accordingly built a product that is very contextually relevant to the industry in terms of the functionality it provides you. So without much further ado, let us now get into the Q&A session. Our resident expert, Hani, will be comparing the Q&A section as well. And you can ask him your questions, and we will also be there along with him to answer the questions that you might have. Hani, please take over. We have a few questions already that are lined up. We will start with those. So I have the first question here from Sendil. Sendil wants to know what are the payment modes available through the RealCube platform. Hani, if you can answer that, please. I think there's a problem with Hani's thing. I'll take the question up myself. So RealCube is very flexible when it comes to payment options. You can link with payment gateways, you can link with banks, you can link with credit cards, debit cards, bank transfers, or even checks or other modes of payment as well. So the options are limitless depending on your requirements as well. I hope that answers your question, Sendil. Essentially, whatever you want it to be can be provided as a payment option on the RealCube platform. We have another question from Rahman here. Rahman wants to know if utility billing can be managed through the platform. Jenny, maybe you could take the question if you are online.
Sure, Prithvi.
Or I'll take that question myself, Jenny. Let me just answer it. So Rahman, the thing is, because this platform is a SaaS platform and because we have built it keeping in customer requirements in mind, we have bought in almost all the possible functionalities that could be necessary for our platforms. So to answer your question, yes, we can actually manage the complete billing cycle through this platform from start to finish. So whether you want to create bills, you want to generate invoices, you want to make payments, you want to check on your records, you want to audit them, the entire process can be completely managed through the platform. I hope that answers your question, Rahman. We have another question. We don't have the name here, though. The question is, can RealCube integrate with ERP, with third-party ERP systems? So to answer that question myself, since I have worked very closely in terms of integrations, yes, the RealCube platform is extremely open to integration. We have integrated with ERP systems like SAP, Oracle, MS Dynamics, a variety of other ERP cloud platforms as well. We also have an inbuilt CRM module as well. So, and which can also be integrated with third-party CRM modules to give you an even more complete CRM module as well. So, to answer your question, the system is completely customizable in terms of its integrations. It can integrate with all existing ERP and CRM modules across the industry. Moving on to the next question. We have been asked by Abdul if RealCube provides mobile applications. So one of the biggest strengths that we have with RealCube is the fact that we have a completely customizable and flexible mobile application platform, which is already up and running for our various clients. So essentially, your community members can download the application on their cell phones, on their smartphones, and they can conduct all these interactions and operations through the app as well. The app is fully functional and is just as feature-rich as our internet portal model, and it gives both our end customers as well as community managers and other stakeholders a completely flexible and anywhere, anytime sort of support in terms of using the application. We also have a very responsive team which is completely and constantly working on upgrading the UI and UX depending on the changing requirements that are coming up or depending on customer requirements as well. So the solution is completely mobile friendly. It can be downloaded. It can be used in whatever manner you would require using a cell phone as well. Waiting for any more questions. Okay, we have another question here. Are customizations possible on this platform? Okay, the customizations are possible. So to answer that, yes, we have a robust industry standard platform which has features which are completely built in because of our close engagement and interactions with clients. We have actually built this solution not ground up from scratch, just using our own expertise. We have worked closely with client environments. We work to understand their requirements and then build a solution. So it already has almost everything you would require out of the box itself. But in case you want more for customizations, in case you want your branding, we come up. This is a completely white box solution. We can come up with any sort of customization you require in terms of your own needs or in terms of your own end user requirements as well. And it can be easily implemented. Yeah, so we have a question here from Zahi as well. For service requests, are any timeframes displayed? SMS notification when complete, satisfaction surveys are available. To answer your question, yes, we have all of them available. In fact, the system, one of the key strengths is because as soon as the technicians, for example, finish servicing a request, they can immediately update it and an automated notification goes to all stakeholders, including your end users as well. And once it's done, there is also satisfaction surveys and options that can be sent to the end user to get their feedback on the work that's being done as well. And we also have the time frame also being displayed. It can be set in the system before the servicing by the technician is started as well. I hope that answers your question. The last question that we have, I think it is the last. I don't see any more after that. So the question essentially is, where is the product hosted? So we are providing right now both an on-premise solution as well as a SaaS platform. So depending on your requirement, we could host the solution on your premises, on your own servers. And we also have a cloud model where you can subscribe to it and it's available through the cloud platform. We have a couple more questions. We are very happy to take questions. So Zahi, I think you have a few more questions as well. So we are working, we've been asked if any welcome videos for new users are there to show them how to use the platform. So we've been working very closely with our training teams to develop training manuals, to develop training videos. It should be available in a very short period of time. Right now we have a basic tutorial that is available, but we want to actually enhance it and increase the scope in terms of what the tutorial will cover. It should be ready in a week or so. So that also is, in the pipeline. So we have training manuals, we have training videos, everything that the user will need to use the system, whoever the user is, whether it's a community member or it's a technician or it's a community manager. We have, tutorials lined up for all the different users in terms of the way they will be using the system as well. Right? Are there any more questions? I'll just wait for a few more minutes, and because I think we have already exceeded our time limit. So maybe time for maybe 1 or 2 questions more at the most. All right, I don't see any more questions coming in. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of this webinar. In case you want to actually know more about the product, in case you want to have a demo, we will be glad to actually reach out to you. Our teams are already on standby waiting for your questions. We will contact you and we will get in touch with you and we will take you through a deeper dive into the system as well. Thank you for attending the webinar. I hope this has been informative for you as well. I hope there's been a lot of insights that you've been able to take away from the webinar. We hope to continue taking you through other features and functionalities in the upcoming webinars related to RealCube as well, because we've only covered one module today or a few modules. There is a lot more within the system for us to deep dive into and discover. We will reach out to everybody who's expressed an interest as well. We will connect with you on a one-to-one basis to take you through a more personalized walkthrough of the system where you will have more time and there'll be more opportunities for you to understand how the system can be of use to you as well. Thank you for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. We hope to look forward to more such enriching engagements with you going forward.